Hey everybody, it's Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I am playing Marvel United. I am going up against Taskmaster with Iron Man, War Machine, and Spider-Man. I've already shuffled the threat cards and placed them out at the various locations. Taskmaster's BAM ability, by the way, is deal 1 damage to each hero at his location and add a crisis token on that location. Now, where did that come from? I must have picked up the wrong card. The crisis tokens. So a special rule: heroes cannot damage Taskmaster as long as there are crisis tokens on any location. Heroes can discard a crisis token from a location with no thugs or civilians by using a star or a punchy. So what I'm going to have to do is those crisis tokens are probably going to start appearing very fast, and I'll have to deal with them. Let's roll for where Taskmaster starts. We'll go 1 clockwise. I rolled a 4, which is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the heroes start opposite the villain. Okay, I draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No cards for War Machine. But we always start with the villain. Let me shuffle his deck. And you draw a villainous card, and you follow its instructions, and then the heroes will get 3 turns. We got 0, so he will stay put. Dark Scheme. If there are no heroes at his location, place a crisis token. Alright, so we've automatically got a crisis token here. And now I get to go. Now I will always have 5 cards in my hand unless I take damage. When you take damage, you lose 1 card from your hand for each point of damage. If you ever get down to 0 cards in your hand, you lose the game. I can also lose the game if Taskmaster runs out of his villain cards. I need to draw a card on my turn, and it is my go. I've got 3 Iron Mans, 2 Spider-Mans, and 1 War Machine. Alright, let's see. Now, entangling. Heroes using a move to leave this location must instead use 2 moves. Ooh. Okay. Well, what we could do is just go ahead and get rid of that. Try to get rid of that. Spider-Man can do 2 stars. I'll play him first. He puts 2 stars here, and that's all he can do. His turn's over. Next turn, I draw a card. Now, whatever hero I play, the hero cards will always inherit the previous card's abilities. So I'm going to get 2 stars. So I'm going to be able to use 1 to clear this, which is good. And let's see, Iron Man with the 2 wild is a really good card because he could use the wild to clear that. He could use 1 of these to move, and then he could use another 2 stars to try to get rid of this. Yeah, let's try that. I'm going to play Iron Man. So Iron Man will place a star here, which clears this card. And I have now got 1 of the 4 threats cleared to clear this card. When I clear a card, 1, 2, 3, this one rescues civilians, this one defeats thugs, this one clears threats. When I complete 1 card, the villain will start acting it'll be 2 hero cards, then the villain, 2, then the villain, instead of 3. And then when I clear 2 of these cards, I can start doing damage to the villain. So let's go ahead. I did a star, and he's got a star and 2 wild. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do 1 of these wild as a punch to get rid of a thug. Then I'm going to use a wild to move here, and then I'm going to use the remaining star to rescue a civilian. And his turn is done. Next, I draw a card. I've got 2 War Machines, 2 Iron Man, 2 Spider-Mans. Trying to spread them out so they don't take a lot of damage from BAM abilities. When Taskmaster lands on a location, for every hero there, you take a damage. So you kind of want to try to spread your heroes out a little bit. Now, this is interesting. War Machine would get 2 wilds, a move, and he could do 2 punches, then a move again. He could get all the way here, but there's really only 1 civilian, so one of those are thugs, so the second punch would be wasted. Spider-Man would get 4 wilds. That's a lot to do. So let's see. I could move and clear these 3 stars. Let's do that. Spider-Man will play 2 wild, and with the Iron Man's 2 wild, he'll use 1 for a move, and then the remaining 3 to clear this card. And that is 2 threats. And it says at the end of the turn, if you have 1 or 2 cards in hand, you may draw a card. Well, I've got a full hand, so that's not going to help me. That is the end of the round. These cards stack up on top of the threat card and go into the timeline. And now it is Taskmaster. He will move 1 clockwise. He does a BAM ability. I do not have a hero there. Deal 1 damage to each hero and add a crisis token. Alright, so he will add a crisis token here. And then he will put a thug at each location. His, and the clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay, and that is his turn. 5 cards. We draw a War Machine card. It looks like we're going to have to rescue civilians because there's way more civilians than there are thugs. Oh, no, not anymore. 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 civilians, 5 thugs. The rocket launcher in an adjacent location. That would be adjacent. And he would inherit 2 wild. Let's do this one. I'm going to play War Machine. So he inherits 2 wild, and he's got to move, and he can do 2 punches to an adjacent location. I'm going to move here. The 2 punches will get rid of these 2 thugs. That's adjacent. And I get 2 wild. I'm going to rescue I'm going to defeat a thug, and I'm going to rescue a civilian, and he is done. That was a good turn. That was a very good turn. All right, 5 cards in my hand. We draw a card. Now, my heroes are all, well, no, I've got 2 in the same location, so I don't want that. Somebody's going to inherit a move. And it could be Iron Man, but I really need to get Spider-Man moving. Spider-Man, that would be the punch isn't going to help me because I can't hurt Taskmaster yet. I could move War Machine, and I could do it again. He'll do 2 punches, then a move, but he'll get 2 moves, then he can do the 2 punches here, and then he can move again. Let's do that. So the 2 moves will be 1, 2, and he does 2 punches, then a move. It's called a strafing run, so I believe you do have to do the move. So he would move here. So 2 moves, 2 punches, a move, and that's it. He is done. That was another good turn. 5 cards. It looks like I'm drawing a Spider-Man card. We need to clear 2 threats. We need to get 2 more threats gone and 3 more thugs. And there's only 1 thug on the map. So it looks like civilians maybe. The crisis tokens need to be cleared. So I could do that because it says you can clear a crisis with no, you have to have none of these guys on it. So hold on. So if he moved here, no, we couldn't do it. Spider-Man could move, clear a civilian. Oh, no, here's a wild. Okay, so he can move, clear that civilian. That's not a good one. This would be the better one. It would be 2 moves and a star. He can move, rescue, and then move again. Let's do that. Spider-Man will move, do the star to rescue, and then he'll move here, and that is it. All right, 2, 3, 5 cards in my hand. These go into the timeline. And we draw a card. 2. 1, 2. He does a BAM ability. There's nobody there, but there is a crisis token. Then he puts a civilian at each of the 3 locations. His, clockwise, and counterclockwise. Looks like there's a lot of civilians. We may have to go after the civilians now. Alright, my turn. I draw a War Machine card. War Machine will inherit a star, a move. Now he could do this and get... He would get 2 stars, and then if I play him again, he could clear this one. Or he could go here, use a star, move, star to get rid of this, and then the star he gets to remove this. Let's do that. War Machine is going to move here. He's going to use 1 star to rescue a civilian, and then he's going to use the star he inherited from the previous card to remove the crisis token. And then he has a move left. Let's get him off of there and put him here, and we're done. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a card. Iron Man has a move, and he inherits a move and a star. He's got punches. I don't need punches. I need to rescue civilians. So let's look at War Machine. War Machine could get rid of that. I'll play a War Machine. If I play this, he gets 2 moves and a star. Well, the star could clear this, and the 2 moves could get him back, could get him here, because I think Taskmaster's probably going to move, so then he would have a chance to get rid of this. So let's do it. War Machine will do 2 moves. 1, 2. He can punch an adjacent location, so he'll punch here. And then he has a star. I will use the star to remove this threat token. And, oh, I can't. He's got to remove the civilian instead. Never mind. All right. 1 more card. I draw a Spider-Man card. Spider-Man has a star and a move. 2 moves and a star. This wouldn't help him. 2 moves and a star would get him to rescue another civilian. Or he can move here and remove that. Let's do Spider-Man. He will move. He will remove this. And then he'll use his other move to move here. And it says at the end of the turn... Oh, you know what? At the end of the turn, you may gain a fight token. I forgot to do that. Because he ended up here. At the end of Spider-Man's turn, if you have 1 or 2 cards, you may draw. I have 5 cards, so we're doing okay. That is the end of the turn. All 3 go here into the timeline. And Taskmaster. He doesn't move. But he doesn't do a BAM ability. Dark Schemes. If there are no heroes in his location, place a crisis token. Well, there is one. So that was a well-timed card. He can't do anything right now. And it is my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I draw a card. Now, I still need to get 2 thugs done, and there are no thugs in play. I need 4 civilians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to be rescuing civilians. In the last one, Spider-Man gave up a move and a star. So, if I could play another Spider-Man card with a wild, that would let me rescue 2 more civilians. So I'll play that. He'll do a star, which gets rid of these. And then he has a move. I'm going to move him back to here. And that is all I can do. War Machine. War Machine has a move. And he also has a star and a punch. Now he could do the star to get rid of this. Which, remember, I need to keep those crisis tokens down. And the punch will go to waste, but the wild won't. The wild, I could go... I need to get another threat cleared. Iron Man. Iron Man has punches, which are no help. But he does have a move. I will play the move, and I get a wild. So the wild, I will rescue a civilian. And then he has a move, which will put him here. And that is it for the second turn. Last of the 2, I draw a War Machine card. He's got a wild and a move. The wild would let me get rid of this. And I would get a move where I could send him here. Because I need to clear more threats. War Machine could do a star and a punch, but the punch won't hurt him because he's not vulnerable right now. And everything else I have is punches, and I have no thugs to punch. So it looks like I'm going to have to play War Machine's Wild. So he will move and get a Wild. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move and put a star here, because I do need to clear. I do need to clear some. Heroes using move to lead. Oh, you know what? I forgot to play this. He won't be able to move off of here. That's okay. Sometimes you make a mistake. Just roll with it. And that is the end of the turn. All right. That goes up here. Taskmaster will not move, but he does a BAM ability, which puts another threat token here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's finish this guy. All right. War Machine gave a Wild. I could use this to put another star there, or I could play an Iron Man card and he would get 2 stars. Let's do that. Iron Man will get 2 stars. 1, 2. Then I draw a card. Spider-Man's great power. 3 punches for each thug defeated with this special effect. Gain a token. But I need to save that for Taskmaster, so let's put that on the bottom. I don't want to be using that. Now, War Machine, if I play this, he's going to get 2 stars and a punch. I will play War Machine. With the 2 stars, he will clear this threat. And that is 3 of 4 threats done. So, and he does a punch, but the punch won't help me. Now, special ability, it says, at the end of the turn, you may add one civilian to any location and then rescue one from this. Well, there's nothing to rescue, so I'm not going to do that. And I get 1 more card, and there we go. Iron Man can trigger both things. If I play the double star, he'll use these double stars to rescue 2 civilians, which moves this card off, which moves everything down. And so now the villain will act every 2 turns, but we still get to resolve it. He has another star, which he can put here to clear this threat. And now I remove this card, and the villain can be damaged. And that is the end of the turn. Stars, punch, and now it says at the end of the turn, reveal the top card of the master plan. You may place it on the bottom. So let's take a look. It will move him 1. He would move here. He would do a BAM, which will hurt, which will remove a card, and then he would place a civilian at all the locations. I can work with that. So we'll put it back. These 3 go away to the timeline, and we reveal this card. And I should have 4. I have 5, but I'm getting ready to go down to 4. So this, he will move 1. He will do a BAM, which means I lose a card because he does a damage to him. Let me see which one I want. Let's do Spider-Man's Punchy. I don't need punches anymore. Well, I kind of do, but not singles. And then I place a thug at each of the 3 locations. 1, 2, 3. Now, I've got 4 cards, and I'm playing 2 heroes now, and then a villain card. So I draw War Machine. Well, here's the good news. I inherit 2 stars from Iron Man. So I'll play War Machine. War Machine will move here. He will use the 2 stars to rescue the single civilian, and then he'll use the remaining one to get rid of one of the threats here. Now remember, I can't hurt Taskmaster. You cannot damage him as long as there are crisis tokens. So I got to get rid of this before I hurt him. So I will draw a card, and that's what I needed. War Machine gets 2 wild. So, with the punch, he will remove this. With the move, he will move here. And then, he moved. Punch. Then he punched to get rid of the thing. Then he moved. Now he's got 2 wild. 2 wild. I will hit Taskmaster, who starts with 4 health, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4 for a 3-hero game. I will punch. Move. I will do 2 punches. 1, 2. So he's down to 2 health. I will cash in this free punch token to punch him again. He's down to 1 health. That's the end of my turn. So these 2 go on his card. We reveal another one. He will not move. Copycat. Add a civilian to his location for each star at the bottom of the last 2 heroes in the storyline. The last 2 were these. There are no stars. You do not have to treat wild as stars. They have to actually be the star symbol. So he does not do anything. And then on my turn, I draw a card. War Machine just needs 1 punch, which unfortunately I don't have. However, I do. He's got 2 wild. So if I play a War Machine card to move, I won't move. I'll use the 2 wild to punch him. I get rid of the last one. And Taskmaster is defeated. Woo! Okay, so in the next video, or at least the next time I play Taskmaster, I will make a note to play him in the next harder level, which will be that all heroes with 1 wild, those cards get removed. So you would go through the whole deck, and any wilds that you find, they must all be up here already. Yeah, like the War Machine wild would go away, single wild. And then the next harder level is the double wild cards. You remove the 2 double wild cards. So the game gets a little harder. All right, that is all I got. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this game of Marvel United. I really like this game. I hope you like watching me play it. I hope maybe you'll give it a shot. It's a great game for families because it's cooperative. The rules are very light, very simple, and the villains go from really sort of easy to really difficult. So you can sort of ramp up the game's difficulty based on your kiddos. All right, that's all I got. I'll be back in a week with another villain, another setup. It'll probably be a new villain. I'm going to paint some of my new villains and get them out there. And until then, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. I'll see you in a week. Everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.